Good afternoon. This is Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group at Keller Williams Realty here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today's topic of discussion is going to be going over the infamous shadow inventory. You know, the banks are going to flood the market, the prices are going to fall, and the world's going to end, right? So I just want to go over that today. So let's jump right in and have some fun. All right, so to start, going over the shadow inventory, what's going to happen, and yada yada, I think the best place to start is to summarize 2012. And just as a preface here to make sure we're clear, I only talk about the single-family homes. We do a lot of condo sales, townhome sales, but just to simplify it, I do single-family because they're sub-markets. The condo market's different than the townhome market, and those markets are different than the single-family homes. So, you know, that's a separate conversation itself. Reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to have an educated conversation with you on that market specifically. So, in 2012, we saw 31,009 single-family home sales in the Valley. You know, I could get into details on how many of them were short sales, foreclosures, and, you know, by then you're going to be yawning and turning off the video. So, in summary, about 60 to 70% of what sold last year was distressed. We'll just leave it at that, all right? And what's in contract right now, meaning a buyer and seller agreed on the price, it's in escrow, and it's set to close in the next couple of years. I'm joking, because a lot of these are short sales, and they take 3 to 8 months to close. So we have about 10,780 in contract and 3,261 units for sale on the market. This is where it gets very confusing, because people think, wow, there's still 14,000 homes for sale in Vegas. Well, there's not. When you go onto Realtor.com and Zillow and these other search engines, you know, they're going to show you what's in contract. Those homes are not for sale anymore. There's only 3,000 for sale total. And if we want to talk absorption rate, it's hard to do that when the majority of what's in contract are short sales just pending bank approval, because those would have already closed. So we would have sold more than 31,000 units. So if you factor in the short sales and all of the homes in contract as available inventory, we have about a 5 to 6 month supply, which isn't a good pulse on things. We actually, if you only go off what's currently for sale, we have about a 1 month supply of inventory. Keep in mind, a healthy market is about 6 months of inventory. So even if all of those in contract were for sale, we would be at an equilibrium, a healthy market, quote unquote. So we are in a very strong seller's market right now. All right, so now let's move on to the pink elephant in the room, right? The notice of defaults, the foreclosures coming, you know, the world ending. So we've got, in January, there were about 800 to 900 notice of defaults filed in Las Vegas. This is a massive increase, you know, because the AB 284, which I'm not going to go into details on, it was, you know, basically just the bottlenecking of the foreclosure process, because the banks had to produce the original notes and yada, 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 and other things before they could foreclose. Well, they found a way around it. They just do an affidavit and they can start the foreclosure again. Keep in mind, the banks don't want to foreclose. You know, why do they think they're giving people $20,000, $30,000 to do a short sale? They do not want to foreclose. So the vast majority of these properties are probably going to come on the market as short sales, and we'll see an increase in the inventory. But what we'll mostly see is an increase in the homes in contract, not in the increase of the homes on the market. We have a huge pent-up demand of buyers. It's not just hedge funds buying up these properties. Let me give you an example. We list about 4 or 5 homes a week. And when we list a home, we get on average for every 10 offers, and we are getting about 10 offers on every home we put on the market within the first week or two, if it's priced right. For those 10 offers, we are seeing at least 4 to 6 of these offers on people that are wanting to buy these homes and occupy them. So if we had 10 times the inventory, we would sell it. There is a shortage of inventory. There's, you know, so even if the banks were to flood the market, quote unquote, we would absorb that inventory. So, you know, prices went up in some markets 25% last year. So worst case scenario, we might see the market stabilize. Maybe it'll drop a little bit, but you know, I'm not on the campaign as some of the other REO agents and people in town are talking about how the market's going to slip and, you need to sell your stuff now. I think we're in the recovery period. We might see a little bit of a slippage come this summer, with these notice of defaults climbing, but it's a good thing. We need more inventory. So as far as the shadow inventory, just to, close on that, if you will, my professional opinion on this is, my crystal ball, so to speak, is we are not going to see inventory flooding the market. If you own Bank of America or Fannie Mae, would you foreclose and flood the inventory when prices are going up? Or would you slowly release that inventory over time, allow the market to continue to go up, and encourage the market as a whole to recover, the economy as a whole to recover? Exactly. You're not going to flood the market. It makes no sense. And they don't have to. These banks are backed by, if you will, by us, by the government, so they're not going to flood the inventory. So if you'd like to have an informed conversation about this process and what's going on in our market or different sub-markets of the Valley, if you're looking at buying, selling, or investing, please reach out to me. It's Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group at Keller Williams Realty. If you found this video of value, please make a comment or share it with your friends. Have an awesome day.